Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to another video from the Ultimate Collector. So 2017 is very nearly ending, and when I look back on this year as a whole for video games, I've got to admit 2017 has been an absolutely amazing year for video games. We've had some absolute stellar titles come out this year. These are games of the type of quality that you get only sort of every 5 to 10 years come along, and yeah, it's been a great year, one of the best years we've had for video games in a while. Of course, there has been a few mediocre to poor titles that have come out, but I'm going to get to some of that in the video as we go along to some of the games that I've picked up. So as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be going through the top video games I have bought this year. I've actually got 8 games that I'm going to be going through, and I'm going to be doing this video as a list, starting from 8th as my least enjoyable game from this year that I've picked up, to my most enjoyable game, getting all the way up to 1st. So before I start the video, I just want to thank you guys for making me reach 100 subscribers on this channel. I know quite a few of you have come from my main channel, Sonic the Comic Reviews, so thank you very much for also joining me here on my second channel, The Ultimate Collector. But that's enough of that, let's get straight on this video with 8th place. Okay, so starting out with 8th place is kind of a little bit of a cheat, and that is Pokemon Gold. So technically this is a re-release of the original game Pokemon Gold that was released on the Game Boy and the Game Boy Color, I think around 1999 to 2000. I'm not sure the exact year of the original game's release, but this re-release was released in 2017, and that is how it is warranted to be able to be on my list. I just want to say, because I don't think I've said yet, that all games that are on my list have got to have been released within 2017, which is why we are here with Pokemon Gold. So why is this right at the bottom of the barrel? This is not necessarily a bad game at all. In fact, I absolutely love Pokemon Gold. In fact, the original game I put well over 100, 150 hours maybe. I absolutely loved the game to death. However, the game has aged quite a lot, and don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those graphic heads that, you know, a game's got to be better because it has amazing graphics. Not at all. However, playing this version of the game, the original, kind of only really wanted to make me play the vastly superior remake Pokemon Heartgold, which was released back in 2010, which I have here, which was released on the Nintendo DS. Now this is a vastly superior sequel, and it pretty much improves in everything a way a remake should do. And if you're planning on picking Pokemon Gold up, I'd really recommend going and try to pick this version I missaid, or if you've got Silver, to pick up Pokemon Soul Silver. That's it, that's what it was called. Unfortunately this game is a little bit it's not rare to pick up, but it still sells for a reasonable amount of money. Like one with the case here like this, you're looking at around 20 to 30 pounds still, which is mad when you think the game is like it's nearly 8 years old now. So yeah, it's not a, this is still a brilliant game, but it has aged, and I'd really recommend picking up the remake to this instead. Still, it's really awesome to be able to pick up that Nintendo released it in like a very much almost replica of the original Game Boy box. I really do like that. Of course they've got Nintendo 3DS here instead, but still really awesome. That's 8th place, Pokemon Gold. Okay, so coming in at 7th is Sonic Forces. Now I'm not going to cover this too much, because chances are if you're watching this video and you are a Sonic fan, then you probably already understand the criticism that has come with Sonic Forces. This is by no means a terrible or unplayable Sonic game by any means. It is in my opinion a vast improvement over the last 2 home console Sonic games, being Sonic Boom and Sonic Lost World. Personally, it's got one of the best plot ideas for a Sonic game we've had in many years, I gotta admit. It's got absolutely gorgeous level designs. The graphics are very impressive on this game. However, there's only so much you can hide. It's linear gameplay and it's incredibly short runtime. I completed this in 2 plays in probably about 3.5 hours, and after finishing it I really didn't have an incline to pick it up and really go back on it anymore. I mean, I've played it a couple of times since then, but I haven't really played it for that long, and it's a shame because this game could have been so much better than what it was, but it just kind of it just kind of fell flat at the end, and it's a darn shame because I like the game, but I really would have liked to have liked the game even more. It's a shame, but like I said, it's an improvement over the last two. It'll be interesting to see where Sega goes from here with their next home console Sonic released game. So yeah, 7th place, Sonic Forces. Coming in at 6th place, I have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, personally, I think this is probably the best Mario Kart game I have ever played. I've played every Mario Kart game since Mario 64, but there is so many characters and tracks on this game with so many retro throwbacks. It is an absolute delight to play, and if you're playing in multiplayer, then you will get that much more enjoyment out of it. I absolutely had an absolute blast on this game. Now, I am a very big fan of Mario Kart Double Dash. In fact, at the time, that was probably my favourite Mario Kart racer until this one came out. And I was really impressed at the time when Double Dash came out. That I think it's either 16 or 18 tracks. And back then, I thought that was really impressive. But this game has a whopping 48 tracks. And that is incredible. If I had a gripe with the game, it would be that pretty much everything is unlocked from the get-go, as in all characters and tracks. All you have to really do is unlock parts for the cars or bikes. That's literally it. So it's kind of, you put the game in and all content is there straight away for you. I kind of would have liked to have a little bit more of work for the content. Like you had to work for it to unlock the content, but that's not really that. That's the only gripe I can really say. Really fun game, absolute amazing game in multiplayer, and a great game on a Nintendo Switch. It's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Okay, so coming in at 5th is a game that a few people might actually be surprised that I've got this high on the list, and in fact beating Mario Kart 8, and that is Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, this is another one of those games. I had a lot of fun playing this game, and it is by no means a perfect game, and there are a lot of flaws with the game, but there are flaws that I could honestly have looked past that didn't cripple the game enough to make it unplayable. If I had to say, in terms of a complete overall game, then Mario Kart 8 literally annihilates Mass Effect Andromeda if you're comparing the two in two games that you're comparing on standards of their playability and glitches and stuff. Then of course Mario Kart 8 is gonna literally destroy Andromeda. But I'm ranking these games on the list out of how much I enjoyed them over others, not in terms of what reviews there are out there from various websites. And that is Mass Effect Andromeda. I have clocked easily over 100 hours on this game, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. Of course it hasn't lived up to the potential in story-wise from the first 3 Mass Effect games, but I don't think it was ever going to do that, and the people that were expecting it to surpass the Mass Effect trilogy's original story, I don't know what they were thinking, because the story for the first 3 games it's literally, if it was a film, it'd be Oscar worthy. It's incredible, and unfortunately the Mass Effect this series Andromeda, it's literally had so much hate and backlash that BioWare and EA have come out and said that that's it, we're not going to be making any more Mass Effect games, which is extremely saddening to me because I'm a big Mass Effect fan. And this is literally an incomplete game series now, because this was going to be the start of a brand new trilogy. BioWare have come out and said that they're going to continue the storyline via a graphic novel, but that's no interest to me. I don't want to pick up the graphic novel. I want to play Mass Effect Andromeda 2 or whatever they would have called it. It's definitely worth picking up if you've never played it. You can probably pick this up for insanely cheap now, but you just have to remember when you pick this up that you are going to be playing an incomplete story now, because it gets to the end and it leaves it on several cliffhangers, and now you're not going to know how it ends. Yeah, as I said, is it a complete or perfect game? By no means. Is it a fun game? Yeah. Doesn't live up to the standards for the first 3, but it doesn't fall nowhere near as far as what everyone is saying online. Definitely pick it up a go and have your own opinion on the game. That's what I'd say on it. Okay, so coming in at fourth is a game that nearly come in third. I've kind of been switching around the two of which one I was going to put third and which one I was going to put fourth. But coming in at fourth is Crash Bandicoot The Insane Trilogy. So technically this is like a re-release of the original 3 Crash Bandicoot games, but nothing like the Pokemon Gold game that I showed you at the start of this video. This has been completely remastered and essentially remade from the ground, the original 3 Crash Bandicoot games all in one game. And this is an absolute delight to play through. I had so much fun playing through this game, and it is indeed a hell of a challenge, especially the first Crash Bandicoot game, I gotta admit. But it's very rewarding to learn and master these platforming levels and then complete it. It really is. It's such a change from the insanely easy games that we have nowadays. If you're after a challenge, then man oh man, the first Crash Bandicoot from the Insane Trilogy, boy oh boy. So I only actually ever had Crash Bandicoot Warped from the PlayStation 1 days. So playing Crash Bandicoot 1 and Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back was a brand new experience to me because I had missed out on those two. So I was really happy to sort of enjoy with no surprises how the first two played, because I'd never watched any gameplay videos or story walkthroughs from like YouTube or whatnot. So I was genuinely had no idea of what was going on in the game. Excuse me. But of course when I got to Warped, which is personally my favourite out of the 3, but that may be just for nostalgia reasons, absolutely loved it. Amazing game, put a lot of time into this game, and if you've got a PlayStation 4, this is definitely a must-have to pick up, especially if you're a platformer fan. It's Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Okay, so third place now, the top 3, the bronze, silver and gold from my top games of 2017. And coming in at third is Sonic Mania. In fact, I don't actually have it down here with me, but if I just move the camera up slightly, you'll see that I do have the collector's edition up there in the top right. So, Sonic Mania. This has been sort of heralded by the Sonic fan base as one of the greatest Sonic games since probably Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and I'm not going to argue with them because it's a brilliant game and it's an awesome throwback to such many classic elements and stages from previous Sonic games. I had an absolute amazing time playing through this game from start to finish. In fact, not many games make me want to sit there and play it all through in one playthrough, but I had to do it because it was so much fun, and I'm so glad I avoided all spoilers for any of the levels from Sonic Mania. So each time a level come up, especially when it was one of the throwbacks to one of the other classic levels, I was genuinely surprised. I was like, wow, I can't believe they've put this level in this game, especially when I saw Lava Reef and Oil Ocean even. Oil Ocean is a level that doesn't get near enough as much love as it does. It's kind of one of those forgotten levels from Sonic 2, so I was really glad to see that level pop up again. Amazing game. Really, if you're a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog, then it's got to be one of your pickup games. It's definitely got to be in there with like the top 10 Sonic games of all time. I would, without a doubt, throw it in there. You know, that's it. I really can't say. There's not really anything negative I can really say about the game. There's a couple of things I might be able to mention, but that would really be nitpicking, and they're not anything that drag the game down at all. So yes, that's third place. That is Sonic Mania. Okay, second place now. Second place, Mario Odyssey. Boy oh boy, this is how you do a 3D platformer correct. My god, this is a insanely fun game to play, and I had an absolute amazing time playing this game. To me, this kind of feels like the true sequel to Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine, because it brings back the sandbox style open world to Mario. Don't get me wrong, the Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 and in 3D World, if you want to throw it in there, they're brilliant games and brilliant platformers, but one of the things that was really lacking from those games is an open world style adventure that we had from Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine. And I'm a really big fan of Mario Sunshine. I absolutely love that game. I still think Mario Sunshine's Delfino Island is the best hub world for a Mario game. But yeah, Mario Odyssey, man, this is great. Not only does this, like, do you have one hub world on this game? There is many, because literally every level on this game is its own hub world. And I'm going to say this is definitely the #1 best exclusive game on the Switch. It's got to be. I don't really think anything can beat this. This is the #1 exclusive title for the Switch. If you own a Switch and you don't have this game, then you shouldn't be owning a Switch, because this is the game you need to have. It's brilliant. I really don't know what else to say about this game. If I had to choose a favourite level, it'd probably be New Donk City, because, you know, it's just so surreal seeing Mario walking around like a New York City style level, and there's real people there. It's so awesome. But I really love Press Gardens too, because that has such an awesome theme for that level. To be fair though, the entire soundtrack to this game is amazing. But when do you ever see like a Mario game not having a great soundtrack? Well, to be fair, Nintendo are usually always top quality with their soundtracks on any game. So yeah, Mario Odyssey, #2. Right, first place, the Gold Award. So a few of you have probably already guessed what I'm going to be having as my first place, and it's no surprise really, and that is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, if you're curious as to what I said with Mario, with me saying Mario is the best exclusive title on the Switch, that is by far true. This game doesn't technically count because it is also released on the Wii U, so it's not technically an exclusive to Nintendo Switch. However, this is still, if you're taking the exclusive title out of it, the best game to have on the Nintendo Switch, and it is actually one of the best games I have played in years. Legend of Zelda Wind Waker has been my favourite Zelda game for, well, since it come out, which was 2004 I think, so we're talking quite a few years ago, but this has surpassed it after all that time. To be fair, I think it's unfair to call this a video game, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It is more like an art form, an incredible art form that you will see as you walk into an art museum. Literally, there is nothing I can say about this game that has not been said about it already. I've noticed that it has won the Game of the Year award from the Game of the Year show, whatever, that's voted. And it's very rare that I honestly look at it and see that the title that wins Game of the Year on that show is what I would class as Game of the Year. So I'm very happy to see that this a very much deserving title has won the Game of the Year award. We've just had the new DLC come out for it, which I have yet to play, but I have got the amiibos. I did review them about a month ago. But yeah, I mean, if you own a Switch or a Wii U, this is it's literally a must-own game location, and one of the biggest reasons to literally pick up a Switch is to play this game. So yes, that is Legend of Zelda, the Breath of the Wild. And that is everything, guys. So I just stack the games up that I've got here. That is my top 8 games list for 2017. Now, unfortunately, I did want to have another game on this list, but I haven't had a chance to pick it up and play it yet. And that is The Evil Within 2. And that would have probably been quite higher on this list. I'm not sure where I would have placed it. Big fan of the first one, and I'm a big fan of the director Shinji Mikami himself, because he's literally the master of survival horror. So I will be picking that up sometime in the new year, because I think it's actually discounted as well at the minute, and I can't wait to play through that. Games I'm looking forward to in 2018. Well, I mean, I cannot believe that they have announced Bayonetta 3. I never thought they was going to make another one. The Bayonetta series is one of my favourite game series. Huge fan of that slash and hack genre, and it's Bayonetta. Who doesn't like Bayonetta? Just look at her. very, very excited to pick up Bayonetta 3, if that's even going to be released in 2018. They've only released a kind of little bit of a tease, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a 2019 release. We'll most likely be picking up the re-release of Bayonetta 1 and 2, and Capcom have also announced that they will be releasing the May Cry Trilogy 1, 2 and 3 on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Definitely be picking that up. The first Devil May Cry is one of my favourite games of all time. Really do like 2 and 3 also, but the first one to me is an absolute classic that I hold dear to my heart. I had so much fun on that back in its original release of the PlayStation 2. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I can say on this video, guys. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end and hearing me ramble about video games for, I'm not sure how long this video is turning out. It looks like it's going to be at least around 15 to 20 minutes. So thank you very much, guys, for your patience in watching this video. I hope you had fun watching this video. Stay tuned for more. This will probably be my last video on this channel, the Ultimate Collector. But there will be many more videos to come in 2018. So thank you very much, guys. Take care of yourself and see you soon.